Morning, girls.
Not one kid I know or have heard of has ever dreamed of becoming a homesteader. A farmer, likely. A cowboy, most definitely. But a homesteader? Most people are too busy and too apathetic to care where their food comes from. As long as it's available when they pace the aisles of a grocery store, that's good enough. But for us, and other homesteaders like us, that won't quite cut it. I'm Ben Cummings, and this is my family. And that is me. We're on a journey towards self-sufficiency.
Solar is one of those ways.
And our ultimate goal is to be off-grid and to grow, rather than buy, all of our groceries. Unfortunately, I may have underestimated what it takes to truly get there.
I hate rainy days. We struggle to grow a garden. We struggle to grow our animals and keep things alive. It works so much cuter. This isn't my favorite kind of lettuce. It's kind of leafy and floppy. I gotta build some boxes, some raised garden beds. A homestead is basically a hobby farm that doesn't make any money. Instead of raising things so that we can sell them, we're just doing this for ourselves so that we can save money on groceries and so that we can take care of ourselves. My first experience, and probably the only experience I've really ever had farming, was growing a bean in elementary school. And as far as animal husbandry, I think the only thing I've ever raised is the kittens that our cat had by accident when I was a child.
That's me. I'm Ben, and although I may seem full of confidence, vigor, and the mustache may even convey a hint of wisdom, I can assure you that 90% of the time, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing.
This is where the garden was last year. We tried to grow what we could, albeit unsuccessfully. We even killed the corn. Corn, potatoes, being where we are here in Carleton County, I thought that those things just kind of grow. I've seen them my entire life. They just grow here, but not for me, not for us. And now what it's turned into is this flower garden.
My girlfriend, now fiance, Nicole, and I started this homesteading journey together almost 2 years ago. The idea was to save money and become eventually more self-sufficient. Go off-grid, and ideally, just disappear. Unfortunately, the reality that we live in is such that disappearing is never an option.
I'm starting to realize that in adulthood, there really is no ready for just about anything. So,
a few years ago, our journey started relatively the same as many other startup homesteaders. And by that I mean we bought a piece of property.
Well, you can say it's a house. It's more of a camp or a cottage, I guess.
And got addicted to chickens.
Chickens are one of those homestead staples that most people start with, and you end up with chicken math, which means you start with 1 or 2 or 3, and then they add up quite quickly because somebody's given them away, or there's some chicks that you want to get, or you want to try incubating them. And you end up with 20 or 30 or 40, or in my case 100 chickens. And that's just how it goes. And you get into other animals.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves. First, I need to build a chicken coop to keep all these chickens in.
One more wine, one more whiskey. We just kept the car in park. Dim the headlights so we see the stars. Let them tell us where we should start. And I'm scared as hell, because there's no way to know how this goes. But I can't help but say,
I don't have roofing screws, so I'm just gonna kind of hope for the best putting this roofing on. Maybe I'll spray it with some Flex Seal or something afterwards. Behind me, believe it or not, is the exact same chicken coop I built like 2 years ago. I built it from scraps that I was able to find around the property and other outbuildings that we had here, and it is still standing.
After the coop was built, we settled in for a long winter. Most days were spent stoking the fire and dreaming of springtime. But despite those dreams, the reality is that in Atlantic Canada, where we live, we have 6 months of winter. 6 long months of winter. It wasn't all bad. Winter, that is. However, we discovered the limits associated with having the improper tools when living deep in the woods. Specifically, a 2-wheel drive pickup truck.
The weather outside is frightful, but the fire, oh, it's so delightful. See, there's no place to go. Burn, let it snow, let it snow. Oh, I don't even know where my shovel is. That's not good. Found it. We're good. It's all good. It's all good. Good morning, girls. How are you? Breakfast. Here. Breakfast. Okay, girls. Okay. We are headed to...
Well, we thought we were headed to pick up feed at the feed store.
And we'll, is this running? This is running. And we'll see how that goes. If we can get out of the driveway. This is why you don't buy a 2-wheel drive truck. Because then this happens. You get stuck. Oh.
I had originally bought a truck because, well, every farm needs a truck. It's much easier to pressure wash out a truck bed than the back of an SUV filled with chicken poo. Trust me, I know from experience.
I'm gonna have to put some cinder blocks in the back. Just give me a second.
Unfortunately, when purchasing this truck, I went with the most economical choice at the time, which for me was a 2-wheel drive Mazda pickup. Basically, a Ford Ranger, just cheaper.
It's always an uphill battle. Now do that. Round you.
It's embarrassing to think I could be stuck in my own driveway, but that's exactly what happened. Then for some reason I thought maybe reversing back through the property and maybe getting a run for it would save my problem. As you can imagine, I was wrong.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh, we have an issue. We're stuck in the yard. I'm gonna have to get the wheeler and pull this out, and I'm gonna need your help. Come on. Why won't you turn in the keyhole? The keyhole's frozen. She's gonna be a cold start. Oh, we got her. We're gonna put her in four-wheel drive. We're gonna back up. And we're gonna stall. It's okay, no mind. No bother.
I thought for sure that since my truck was so small and my ATV tires had much more tread, and honestly the tires were kind of flat, but that gives me more traction. It's almost like I had thought ahead. I thought for sure that my ATV would be able to pull out my truck. And I'm sure it comes as no surprise to anyone that, yeah, I couldn't do that. So I chose what I thought to be the next best thing, adding weight to the back of the truck to increase my traction. And I've got to admit, this is a great idea, in theory. In practice, not so much.
Now, we got some weight. Let's see if she'll go anywhere.
Yeah, that may not have been my smartest hour.
It's good. Oh, falling off.
I'm gonna have to drive it off so I can get it back up.
Yeah.
Is it gonna hit the bumper? Definitely so. Okay, round two. It was working. We're gonna put the ramp back, had the ramps on, put the ATV on the back, ATV on the back.
One of the most valuable things you can learn as a homesteader is improvisation. And this is just the beginning of my poor decisions this year alone.
Drive the ATV on, drive the truck on, get the
Yeah.
Okay.
One of your ramps fell off, but you
Well, we
made
made
it.
it. That's all that matters. Okay. This worked better in my head.
Yeah.
We decided to take the wheeler off and try for one more Hail Mary at getting the truck out of the yard.
This is why you buy a truck with four-wheel drive. This sucks. Okay. Same thing, we're just going out. If we get some momentum, just keep rolling, okay? Just a sec. Go. We're just gonna leave that there for now because she's stuck. I don't know if this is gonna melt in the next little while. I hope so. Yeah, this is interesting.
For more Homegrown, visit homegrownshow.ca to keep up to date with our homestead and see behind the scenes footage.
Welcome to the first official day of filming for Homegrown Season 1.
Follow us on social media, and from our family to yours, keep growing, keep learning, and fail forward.